Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today. And today we're talking about how the Atlanta Hawks are going to be dangerous next season. The Atlanta Hawks today traded for Kristaps Porzingis, one-time All-Star, averaged 19.5 points per game last year and 28 minutes per game. The only problem for Porzingis was not being healthy, missing 40 games last season. But still, I think this is a good addition, only giving up George Niang, who was a great three-point shooter but a poor defender. And then Terrence Mann, a great defender, but has a really bad contract. They do give up pick 22, but that is not as high of a draft pick, and then a second-round pick. So I think this is a very solid trade for the Hawks. Even if Porzingis only plays 50 to 60 games, I still think this is a really good trade because Trae Young, will have a big man, pick and roll. You can throw pick and roll with pick and roll Porzingis and Trae Young. Also, you got a big man who is a great three-point shooter as well. I think that's what makes this dangerous as well. I mean, Trae Young hasn't really ever had that. Clint Capella and him, great pick and roll lob as they've had in the last couple of years. And Onyeka Okongwu is a very solid center. I really like him, and he's a solid three-point shooter, but not like Kristaps Porzingis. So I think it should be a fun watch to see Atlanta next year with Kristaps Porzingis. But it's not just Trae Young and Kristaps that this team has. I really liked what I saw last year from rookie number 1 overall pick Zachary Richer. Dyson Daniels put up amazing numbers last year defensively and is a great three-point shooter. If Jalen Johnson can stay healthy, I think the two big what-ifs for the Atlanta Hawks going into next season are Jalen Johnson and Kristaps Porzingis. If those two guys can stay healthy, I look at the Atlanta Hawks as a team that can be, with Trae Young, assuming he's all good, can be a top 5 team in the Eastern Conference next season if Porzingis and Jalen Johnson at least play 60 games. Porzingis maybe 55, Jalen Johnson at least plays 60 games. And we have just heard a report that from Mark Stein that the Hawks are going to be very interested in signing Nickeil Alexander-Walker in free agency and a sign-in trade. That makes their defense and three-point shooting much better as well. And can kind of fill the void of losing Terrence Mann, who's great defensively. So this Hawks team looks like they've got a lot of potential next year. With the East getting worse, the Pacers are going to be worse next season after losing Halliburton. The Celtics, I think, should be worse definitely will be worse next season, losing Jason Tatum to injury, then trading away Porzingis and Drew Holiday, and maybe soon trading Sam Hauser away as well. Celtics, I think, could still be good with Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Anthony Simons, but I don't think they'll be as good. And then the Milwaukee Bucks will not be as good next season without Damian Lillard. And it seems like Brook Lopez will be leaving them in free agency this offseason as well. They've also got some big free agents they might lose. So, the Bucks, Celtics, and Pacers, in my opinion, have all got worse. And that leaves an opening, I believe, for the Atlanta Hawks to take a big jump. And I think for the Atlanta Hawks, you don't want to be in the play-in. They've been in the play-in almost every year. That's something you don't want to be in. And you want to get into the NBA playoffs where you're just in the NBA playoffs. Yes, they were in the playoffs in the 2022-23 season, but they have been to the NBA playoffs where you're just in the NBA playoffs and you don't have to fight in the play-in since they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals in the 2020-21 NBA playoffs. And I think right now, this team that they've gotten for next year, Trae Young, Zach, Dyson Daniels, Onyeka Okongwu, Jalen Johnson, Porzingis, maybe they could re-sign Karis LeVert alongside potentially signing Nickeil Alexander-Walker. This squad for the Hawks could be very nice next season. Let me know your thoughts on the trade for the Hawks today that they made, trading for Kristaps Porzingis, in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on my thoughts on the Atlanta Hawks being dangerous next season in the comment section as well. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and peace out.